What up, Dude Bros? I'm Frank. This is another 430 dart challenge. This one is on the Elite Infinus. Just reviewed the Infinus. It's a super cool blaster, fully automatic, similar to the Rapid Strike or the Hyperfire, but the Infinus features the automatic loading system in the back. So you shove darts in and it loads the magazine without taking out the mag. If you haven't seen the Infinus, I have a dedicated review video. This is the 430 dart challenge, which will not be using that feature at all. It's a cool feature, but the 430 dart challenge, of course, is all about preloaded 430 darts in magazines. I'm excited to see how the Infinus will compare to the Rapid Strike and the Hyperfire, which are very similar blasters minus that loading feature. 430 dart results of previous blasters. How do you think the Infinus will compare to these blasters? If you'd like, pause the video and say, I predict the Infinus will get X, whatever time you think the Infinus will achieve. Honor system, bros. No watching the video, then going back and then saying, I predict the precise time down to the millisecond. I'll find you. Cheating's not cool, bro. Only in school, not on YouTube. During my review procedure, I did fire the Infinus next to the Hyperfire, but I can't recall the rate of fire change. So maybe faster than both, maybe in the middle. 423 is pretty slow, so I hope it beats the Rapid Strike. I do have fresh batteries in the Infinus to give it the ideal testing conditions. I've loaded up a bunch of 18-round stick mags, other than a few worker mags. I have 6 worker 22-round banana mags, but I've only loaded 18 darts into them. And I have to use these now because I keep breaking 18-round stick mags. I really have no idea why they keep breaking. I'm just kidding. It's because I throw them at the ground. I treat most of my Nerf gear as tools to get a job done. I don't like to treat it as some like royalty item that I can never touch and use, because then I'll never touch or use it and I don't get any use out of it. So occasionally I break stuff, and these magazines are getting really old now, so the springs have worn out. I wouldn't be surprised if I have a few follower issues with some of these old ones, but I've replaced the really crappy ones. Why not up to capacity? So I can compare this more fairly to other magazine-fed blasters I've used in the past. I know the rival blasters and non-magazine-fed blasters work differently, but this is so I can accurately compare them to other mag blasters. Oh, I forgot the mag well in the Infinus. There's this extra like obstruction right here. Like it's really not smooth right there. That might slow my... What did I just do? That's the first jam I've had. I jammed it! Mission accomplished! I wasn't trying. What, does that count? I tried so hard to jam this stupid thing and I wasn't even trying, and oh, it's a crappy dart. That doesn't count. I don't know why I loaded that one. That's user error. Darn it, I was hoping for mechanical. I'm hoping for the blaster to fail. That's kind of funny. Magazines loaded and prepped. Crash pad on the ground so I can, throw mags at the ground without... I'm actually more worried about damaging my floors than the mags. Probably explains why I break mags so often. iPad right here to time myself, and that's mostly for my reference, so at the end of this shoot, I know how well it compared. The on-screen timer, which is on screen somewhere, is the official 430 dart challenge timer for the Infinus. I have that one in post-production and very accurately begin and end on the first dart fired and the last dart fired, so it's a pretty precise time. And we can't forget about picture-in-picture magic over here, so you can see pretty much the reloads. Shooting at my newly designed target rig. Yeah, I did just shoot the Prometheus 430 dart challenge. That's why balls are everywhere. And the recording area looks identical. Yeah. I film in bulk and edit and upload when I can on my Tuesday, Saturday video schedule. Enough chatting. I know you guys don't care. Let's do this, bros. 430 dart challenge with the Infinus. Get to max rev to start it up. Are we ready? Are we ready, bros? Are we ready? Are you ready, bros? 3, 2, 1. Yeah, this magwell is not fun. The little electronic locks, which are in every Nerf blaster, but in this blaster, it's giving a lot of resistance. I'd be curious to use a few other Infinus blasters once they're out on shelves to know if I have a lemon or if it's just a weird design. I do understand there's a very good chance that you won't be able to hear me because I have to buck the audio down. I love the paddle targets because they move a little when you hit them. Ooh, missed a dart. That's a worn out mag follower. Like that. I'll explain that when I'm done shooting. If I could hit anything with these Elite darts, there we go. If you're wondering, these are just metal circle targets that I've set up into a PVC rig that I've just painted the PVC black just to look cool. Oh, that was mostly user error there. This magwell is not easy to use. I chose these targets because they make a little noise. That's 2. I need new mags, man. But they make noise when you hit them. Okay, this is getting ridiculous. So let me know what you think in the comment section of my new target rig. I intend to keep it for a while, for reviews especially. That's another one. Huh. I need to test these mags in a different blaster to see if it's really just the Infinus. Or if I start talking, I'm going to screw up the reload. And I can't artificially screw up the time of the Infinus on human error. That's not fair for the 430 dart challenge. The worker follower springs are typically a little stronger than the Nerf ones, though. Hey Nerf, you put this giant triangle up here, but it's not too... But is it too much, like, hassle? Oh crap, come on, man. To put on a flared magwell for speed reloads? I mean, if that's not bulky, flared magwell's nothing, man. Last mag. 423. Well, I should totally beat... That was a weird hiccup. 335. Hyperfire 351, Rapid Strike 423. 335's looking pretty good. I don't know if I did something different or if the rate of fire's up. Now I have to go test this. Because my reloads were pretty slow, to be honest. This magazine well isn't as fluid as most other... This is probably the worst magwell I've used, actually. And it's not even the magwell itself. Its shape is identical to all the other magwells. But the little spring-loaded locks on the inside that have to detect if a magazine is inserted, most Nerf blasters have these. For some reason, these ones are giving a ton of resistance, so you really just have to cram a mag in. I'd be interested to use a few other Infinus blasters to see if it's a common trait or if perhaps I just have a lemon with like a stuck piece or something. Anyways, 335, or whatever the real time is, pretty close to 335, is better than I was expecting. So these magazines that didn't, deplete their ammo, these are 18-round stick mags with 2 darts in each of them, and there's one more with just 1 dart. So these are super old magazines that I've had for ages. I mean, these were my original HVZ mags. I even wrote with permanent marker Frank Cooper and Poon, Patrician Organization of Ohio Nerf, clan that I used to reference years ago. But these magazines are so old that their springs are getting weaker and kind of worn out. So the spring isn't pushing the little orange follower up, and it's not pushing the darts up quite as hard. So even though there are darts in the magazine, the Infinus sensor isn't being tripped, so it thinks it's an empty mag, which is why firing halted. I assumed I was empty, so I switched mags. So a little bit of human error, a little bit of less than ideal tech, whatevs. We all know the 430 dart challenge is mostly about rate of fire and reload rate. Shooting off the last 2 per mag is maybe like a second each. So fine, add 3 seconds to the timer. Who cares? It still beat the Rapid Strike and the Hyperfire, which kind of surprised me by that margin. So bam, 430 dart challenge on the Infinus, about 335. All the darts are down there. That'll be a fun pickup. My crash pad was very effective at catching my magazines. So I didn't damage my floor. That's awesome. And it's really that noise that just bothers me. If you want to cringe. Supposed to stay on the table. You bros know when your friends pick up magazines and they drop them like they're nothing, it's like, hey, do that to your own mags, bro, not mine. Although if you ever Nerf with me, you're welcome to trash my mags too, since I'm gonna do it anyways. They are tools designed to be used, not pampered like, ooh, I can't use it because I might break it. If you don't use it in fear of breaking it, it becomes just as useless because you're not using it to its full potential. Is it better to have a useless functional item or a useless broken item that you previously used and got some fun out of? And that probably explains why so many of my mags break. So that concludes the Infinus 430 dart challenge. If you guys guessed before you watched the video close to that, high five, bro. I don't have a prize or anything, but other than a high five, that should count for something, right? Tons of fun to shoot the 430 dart challenges, both shoot blasters and shoot video. You see what I did there? If you guys have a blaster you want me to test on the 430 dart challenge, leave a comment in the section below. Challenge is completed for the Infinus. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, had tons of fun. That's it. Thanks so much for watching, bros, and as always, stay tactical.